Hi folks, how's it going? Matt the Tomato right here. Hope you're well. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to some more Europa Universalis 4. We are playing here as Wales. So far pretty awesome, has to be said. We're not moving at the fastest pace possible. In fact, we've not done a fair bit of conquest for quite a while, but you know, it's not the end of the world. It really, really isn't. I'm going to be a jerk, fabricate a claim on my own allies. Fabricate on some. Ooh. Don't really want to lose the admin, but the Unit Prestige is quite nice. Oh no, there's a sea tile there. Oh, I thought I had a sea zone. No, that's pointless. Okay. I thought that was the same sea tile. It's not. Oh well. Okay, so in that case, then we will park this diplomat somewhere else, maybe in France, something like that, just to make sure that we've got good relations there. So this war exhaustion is going to drop, which is nice. Looking forward to that dropping back down to 0. Not too bad in terms of monies. We could do with getting rid of some of the inflation. But obviously we're trying to catch up on our tech here. Can we switch to... No, we need admin tech 12 for that one. That's why we need to catch up on our admin quite badly here. Yeah, but if we pick up the next Diplo tech, we'll be able to get the colonial range, which will be really, really nice, actually. So we're still focusing on the Diplo. End of religious turmoil there. Okay. Yeah, so if we can get the colonial range, we might be able to potentially do a spot of colonizing down here. At the very least, pick up some sort of province somewhere. So at least something like down this way. Probably rather aggressive to pick up something down here, I imagine. And that's probably going to be quite bad. But yeah, if we're able to perhaps grab Bermuda, that might be quite interesting. Obviously, this is still technically Terra Incognita. And obviously we need an explorer to be able to discover it. But then if the colonial range increases, we might not need one. Let's go Aberdeen. There we go. Continue to fabricate a ton of claims in Scotland. As the HRE situation, no, yeah, HRE is never going to succeed here. Mostly because of this. That is why. That's why that's going to happen. I think the Age of Reformation ends in 1600, or it's a few years after global trade spawns. And that spawns, so it's probably about 1610 usually when the Reformation stops happening. I think that's assuming that it global trade spawns right at the start, you know, which it probably will. But that's probably an institution we could probably potentially aim for here. So English Channel is the highest value trade node in the world, but we might be able to make it one. I think the best way to do that probably to get the merchants. So pick up the. Yeah, we should have picked up trade ideas. I think would have probably been good. Oh well, doesn't matter. Yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on when we can potentially discover this, because if we can, then obviously I'll try to colonize that particular spot. And if we can colonize that, then that'll be excellent. So we got some money starting to pile up. We can actually create a new ship here, but I'm kind of interested in trying to upgrade some of our existing fleets. So 129, yeah. So I'd like to upgrade, like certainly the heavies. I think we need to upgrade. Assuming we can. 302 to upgrade those. Yeah, see, we do need to upgrade our ships. That is going to be important, but we also maybe want to create some more lights as well to be able to protect more trade in English Channel, increase the value of it. We'll have to see. Then I also want to do states. We need to state it up, I think, is half of the thing, is we need to state it up. So a lot of the area in The English Channel trade node needs to be stated up. It just requires so much admin. That's the thing. It's crazy how much admin it requires. This isn't a state either. That's all part of Wessex, if I remember. West Midlands. Yeah, there's a lot of stating up to be done here. But I want to catch up on the admin here. I kind of want to get to Admin Tech 10 so I can pick up the new idea, and it will probably be the trade or exploration. It's going to be one of these two. I do like the idea of trade though, but exploration will help us out a little bit more, I think. And obviously going for the next admin idea will give us the global settler increase, so that could be interesting. So we'll have to see what the French have done here, because they've got a lot of exploration. The papal sanction for increased taxes has expired. Oh dear. So obviously that's going to impact our monies a little bit here. We could do with positive stability as well. This guy's going to die soon though, so... How old is this guy? 6, okay. But I think our ruler might actually die soon, so we may end up in a regency, which will be bad if we if the Truce of Scotland comes up and then we end up in this regency. Right, so we could build a building, but I'm going to look to upgrade the ships instead. In particular, the heavies is going to be an investment. 161. The Admiral is dead. That's annoying. So the coalition against the Ottomans never fired. Yeah, obviously we're getting a tech penalty for the institutions as well. What's the final ambition? Land force limit modifier. See, none of these are epically useful until we get to maybe the idea cost. Production efficiency could be good if we build enough workshops. But none of them are crazily useful. So we've got good relations there, good relations there. There's not really any particular place that we really desperately need to increase relations. Perhaps in Castile, maybe just to make some... obviously you hate France and stuff, but do we have... Was it war? No, yeah, but we have same religion, so it's about the same. Might just be nice just to have some positive relations with Castile. Although we keep going to war with them, obviously, because of what's happening in Burgundy. Friends abroad! Brittany's opinion of Wales changed by +35. Well, isn't that nice? Always nice to have mates. Never neglect your friends. That's one of the rules of life, I think. Or one of the best pieces of advice anyone can give you. Never neglect your friends. So obviously if we took Scarborough, this is a Protestant province, so we would probably need some missionary strength to be able to deal with that. So I'm quite tempted by the idea of actually just ransacking the north area of Scotland up here and leaving Scarborough to it. So that would give Scotland some bad unrest as well, which is the other cool thing about that. So if we took all of this land, no longer claim for Ayrshire. Well, in fact we can. Have some of that. There we go. How's the institution going here? So slow. So we should probably consider the investment into the ideas then, I think, is probably what we're going to do. That being said, picking up this colonial range here is going to be really, really nice for Diplo. So we're going to need to pick that up. I'm also looking to pick up the papal sanction for increased taxes. Yeah, control cardinals is actually quite nice, and then obviously we get a 93% modifier, which is good. So it's interesting, because we did contemplate the idea of going Catholic, going Protestant or Reformed or something like that, but in the end we're staying Catholic. Internal conflicts in Muscovy. Ooh. So come the truce with Novgorod over here, which isn't too far away, Novgorod might actually have a bit of a field day. Yeah, bad. Oh my god. That's actually quite funny. Okay. If Muscovy breaks down, then obviously that gives Lithuania a bit more power. Actually, possible allies over here. Savoy could potentially be a friend as well. excommunicated, but then allied to rival. So yeah, maybe possibly because you hate Brittany. That's why. Yeah, you might possibly be a friend. Who hates Portugal? Mali and Tlemcen. So there's quite possibly an alliance to be had down here because they hate Portugal. And obviously, if we can destroy Portugal, that'll be good. Always allied with Castile, though, so it's really hard to actually do that. Discovery of Guinea spread to us. Okay. So we're slowly getting to know what's going on down this way. Just looking at the colonial range here. Yeah, okay. So obviously, ooh, there's a, I think Portugal has claimed that. Yeah, Portugal and Castile have both claimed a lot of this. My goodness. So they are way ahead on the colonial game here. Because we spent more time attacking England than we did actually colonising. So it could be interesting to see where we get with this. Obviously, I'd like to explore Bermuda if I could. I don't think, even though you have to, I think you have to have an explorer to be able to actually see. Then come around here. That's kind of a newbie thing I'm doing here at the moment. So let's do that. See, transports move slowly as well, so it doesn't help. Okay. So we're very close to be able to upgrade our heavies here. That'll be a really, really nice investment. 161. Because obviously that keeps... We need to keep up the naval power, we really do. I'd like to upgrade the lights at some point as well. This is the problem with not being at war. Then, if anything, I'm quite keen on actually building some workshops to complete that mission. So in actual fact, quite keen on just building some of these. How many do we have already? 2. Okay, yeah. See, this is why we need to go to war. We need to attack someone for some money. Oh yes, this is going to be quite good. Naval attrition as well, minus 25%. That's going to be excellent when it comes to exploring and stuff like that. That'll be really, really good. And I'm also quite tempted to pick up the merchant as opposed to the admin tech. But then that delays our exploration ideas. So yeah, no, we need to pick up both these technologies here. So yay or nay with this? No, it doesn't reveal it. Although, yeah, terror incognita. So we know they're there. But we can see that it looks like Castile and Portugal have done some colonial work over this way in the Caribbean, so they're going to be super rich. But what we might be able to do is we might be able to fight them later. We might actually be able to fight them for those colonies, which could be an interesting move, especially if we get our navy up to scratch. Just go all out on the heavies and so dominate in this area. Although the Caribbean over this way is... No, this is not inland sea. I was expecting this to be inland sea, but it's not. Cool, okay. So that means heavies will be a very good investment. Okie doke. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make the investment into the heavies here. There we go. Recall the diplomat from Castile. Commedia del Darte has expired in Wales, so that means we're not getting that prestige anymore. Yeah, so we'll hold back on the merchant, despite the fact that it's really, really good. We'll hold back on the merchant, and we'll pick up the ideas. Ooh. See, this is good, but obviously the ducats, we'd end up taking out a loan. I'm going to have to decline the offer here, I'm afraid. Frustrating. We don't have the money. Humiliate against Burgundy. See, do we actually declare war here to bring France in and just purely humiliate? Yeah, Papal State would join as well. I don't really want to go to war with the Pope. Obviously, when France goes in, they bring in Savoy as well. I think we've already got an embargo on Burgundy, have we not? Yeah, we have, yeah. So, yes, but no. There's advantages to that. Let's go for Inverness. We're going to get Scotland to release release the Isles, and we'll vassalize the Isles. So let's pick the Diplo tech here. So that increases the colonial range, which is quite important. And I'm going to want to pick up the admin here. At least I think so, anyway. It's a couple of techs away, though, isn't it? That's the thing. Wow, that's so close as well. Like, we could try to colonize something there, but that is close. So if I hit here, again, that's so close. My goodness. So obviously we would need to... So I'm looking at the idea of... like, possibly trying to nick some colonies, but then I only have Humiliate Rival. I can't release any nations or anything from that. But the idea of humiliating Portugal could be quite good, but then we're not going to really gain much out of it. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to steal any provinces or anything. Because I'd like to nick some stuff over here, but there's no way we can do that. We'd have to complete our expansion ideas if we wanted to grab that. No, it's the exploration, isn't it? To get the casus belli, so you can fabricate on overseas colonies, which is quite a nice casus belli. But certainly, the idea of humiliating down here could be quite good. And this is a better war. Obviously, calling in France and Brittany and getting them to come down here and smash up Castile. But then I'm looking at this and thinking that there might come a point where Castile might not actually join. Like, even over here. And if we can get to that point, that'll be rather cute. Because then we can just call in France and just get them to do all the dirty work for us. And that would be rather sweet. But then at the same time, yeah... going for a humiliation war. Actually, bringing in Castile might be beneficial. Because then obviously the military access, but then there's Aragon and stuff. We'd have to drop our troops over if we did that. But that could be a nice thing to do. Going against Portugal, use the humiliation. We won't be able to do anything else, though, other than humiliate. That's the problem. I prefer to get them to release some stuff or transfer colonies, but then we can't get them to do that with that CB, so... frustration. And the tech cost is going up and up and up here as well. It's going to be double... Ooh. To be quite honest, I think we need to national focus on admin. Let's do it. We need to national focus on admin here. Or we could switch to the land maintenance guy, who would allow us to be cheaper with our armies here. That could be quite good, actually. 10% as well, 0.7 off of that. It's nearly a ducat a month. You know, that's quite heavy. I'm going to go ahead and invest in a couple more lights here, though. There we go. Let's go ahead and increase some lights, and we could potentially invest in some units here as well for... yeah, we'll take this tech. Invest in some units as well for money worth, but I think the idea of building extra ships is going to be quite good. Ottomans declare war on Moldavia. Fine. Declaration of Indulgence Act in Scotland. See, Scotland is still a tiny bit behind us here. They have terrible prestige. They're a tiny bit behind us. Right, okay. In terms of tech, though, they're ahead. So what do they pick as their next idea? Diplomatic, okay. So we'll have to look into the idea of... We still have the military advantage. We also still have the morale of armies. They'll have the offensive ideas, though. They have the shock, yeah. But we'll have the combat ability and we'll have the morale. And obviously if we could switch to a morale guy at some point, that'd be quite good. The truce is about to expire here. Oh no, it's 3 years. And obviously with Sweden still allied... Yeah, see, Sweden would join, but Denmark wouldn't. Oh, they're massively in debt. See, that would be quite bad, actually. I would prefer it if Denmark would actually join. Oh, well. Brittany here. Regency Council. Rather interestingly, there's the ability to offer vassalization. But no. Growth of cities attracts serfs. Yeah, let's. We have to accept this. Let's gain the base tax in London. I think that might be quite good. The extra development there is going to be rather sweet for printing press. I'm really in a massive toss-up with what to do. Like, do we try and grab the tech, pick up the exploration ideas? Do we go for the merchant, which should help us with global trade? Ugh, so difficult. We actually have a diplomat kicking around here, doing bugger all. Let's go ahead and improve some relations there. Papal State is now the Papal Controller. The Natural Scientist is dead, so he was the production efficiency guy. See, the National Tax Modifier lady is going to be really quite good. But massive inflation reduction could be so good as well. Both of these are good. I'm going to pick up the inflation guy. It's a long-term investment, that. Yeah, we need to take the tech to take the exploration. So what we need to do is we need to pile up the diplo points here. And we need to take the tech. We need to go colonising, because that's going to give us a lot more options going forward here. We kind of have to go colonising here. Okay, I'm just looking at the range and stuff like that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and... Oh, we need 50 to fabricate another claim in Scotland. We have our 2 new lights that are ready to rock and roll, though. And we do need to upgrade... How much to upgrade these guys? 300, okay. So go around back to protect and trade. Obviously we have extra ships there now, so it means we can sap a little bit more of... a little bit more trade out of the English Channel trade node. Lübeck's a lot richer. I think it makes sense now to transfer trade power from here. There's a little bit more kicking around there. Minor alteration, in fact, it doesn't make that much difference at the moment, but yes, let's apply some trade power there as opposed to here. Yeah, I think we should do that. Minute difference. Yeah, it's super minute. It doesn't make that much difference at the moment, which is why the extra merchant will be quite handy. So yeah, let's save up on our admin points here, and let's try and get modern theocracy. See, again, the building of buildings is going to be really nice, but we need 300 for that. Oh, we can pick up the papal sanction for increased taxes again. Yearly prestige, mercantilism could be nice, diplo rep could be nice, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up the 15% tax modifier here. I think that's going to be really good. Let's go ahead and fabricate another claim. Ooh, Oxford has been converted. Okay, so we're going to have to brace ourselves. Yeah, let's go for man, actually. I'll probably stop building a spy network there now. Right, so at this particular point then, Maybe worth grabbing this. So Oxford is now Protestant. Obviously it's a religious zeal, but yeah, that could be an issue. That's annoying, actually. That's very annoying. Okay, so might as well just improve relations with all of our allies here. Denmark is a more defensive ally, so they would join a defensive war, but not an offensive one. But then obviously if we could bring them in against Sweden, that'd be excellent. Aside from the fact that they separate peace last time, and that was an absolute joke, to be quite honest. Okay, so a bit more money coming in now. We could increase our force limit if we wanted to, but I think we're okay at 20k at the moment. We don't need to actually increase our force limit. The other thing we could do, actually, is because we're not at war or anything like that, we could actually drop the army maintenance. So we could do that. We could mothball some of these fleets if we wanted to, but I'm probably going to use these fleets to blockade Scotland in a bit. Especially the heavies. That being said, these are also out of date, aren't they? 128, but then if we can make the tax income... which is kind of prompting me to go with the land maintenance modifier guy. I think he's going to make a difference here. Huge difference. Look at that. Massive, massive difference. Reduces the amount of maintenance we spend on our troops. That's going to be a great difference to help out there. So even more tax income coming in here. 631 is quite good. I like that. Most of our money is going out on advisors. But then the trade efficiency is paying quite well here. And obviously the yearly inflation reduction could be quite good. Bohemia has been elected, really. And as far... No, you are Catholic. I was going to say, religious leagues could potentially form here. That's because Austria is reformed. Crikey. Okay. That's interesting. And considering Hungary is Catholic... Ooh, a bit of liberty desire there. That's relatively interesting. Okay, we have max relations with all of our friends here. Tuscany is paper controller. Okay, so Florence managed to form Tuscany. So, yeah, you took development cost and yearly papal influence. Some strong ideas, actually, Tuscany. With Castile. See, again, the idea of potentially... Is Castile still at war? It is. It's losing as well. Let's bring home the guy from Brittany here. Just curious. This. No, it's not really changed. Oh well. Fair dues. But we'll keep a diplomat kicking around anyway. Wow. Only Catholic rulers. I'm surprised the religious leagues haven't formed yet. Maybe someone like Austria could challenge it or something. Yeah, because of the fact that they're reformed. Especially where they rival Bohemia as well. So, continued spread over here of... Ooh, see, Denmark is starting to get some spread. Wow, the Reformation has well and truly established itself here. Very, very difficult to... oh, the trader's dead. Okay, we should consider hiring somebody new. See, the colonial range... we're going to hire him for the Diplo points. As opposed to the colonial range here. But you see, at this point... If we honest to God wanted to, we could actually go colonizing. So if I wanted to go here... See, the frustration might be that Castile might give us a direct... See, we could build a colony here. What have we discovered? Canary Approach and Cape Verde. Okay. Do we colonize? That's the ultimate question, because we could go down here. And we can start fabricating claims on Portugal here. We're going to build a spy network. I think we should colonize here. we'd have to get all our troops across. So we'd have to. See, it's so hard to consider that idea. You know what? We're going to colonize. Let's bring the army maintenance up. And I'm going to send 5k stack. Look at that, Timbuktu in Africa, my goodness. To this province here. And we're going to send a colonist. Here we go. It's going down. Okay, so in the next episode, we're going to manage this colony. We're going to see whether we can fabricate any claims on some Portuguese territory here at all. We'll see whether we can actually manage this colony, and from here, whether we might be able to develop further and something like that. Obviously, with Castile and all that going for the New World, it might actually be better for us to look at the possibility of going for the idea of Africa. Could be interesting. Obviously, it's not beneficial in terms of the English Channel trade node at all. At least I don't think so. No, there is a node that there's one that comes up from the Ivory Coast. So in actual fact, control over here might be beneficial in the long run to move trade over to the English Channel. But that's it for now then. So thanks for watching. This has been myself, Matthew Tomato. Be sure to subscribe to follow the series. And join me next time for EU4 as potential colonial Wales. See you later, guys.